And back here on a Thursday morning edition of Cooper and Company Live. Today, join us, this young gentleman right here, Mr. Eric
Older than you think.
from Limestone County, 33 years old, right?
All right.
Athens High graduate.
Right.
Joined the Army. Going to tell us his story in just a second, too. He is running on a Republican ticket to be sheriff of this great county, Limestone County, against the almost unbeatable current sheriff for 203 years, Mike Blakely.
Yes, sir.
Eric, it's a pleasure speaking with you on the phone today. Thanks for coming up. Give us a little background about you. You grew up around Limestone County?
Yes, sir, I did. And first of all, thank y'all for having me on.
You're welcome.
You know, yeah, no, I grew up here. My dad, he worked for the nuclear engineer at Browns Ferry, and we came here when I was in elementary school anyways. Went to Julian Newman, Athens Middle School, and of course Athens High School later on. So that's, you know, just kind of raised here my whole life except for birth. So.
And then you and a couple of buddies, and one of them's a local policeman now here, y'all joined the Army together. Tell us a little bit about that.
And why did you do that?
Actually, the day after 9/11, 9/12/2001, I actually went to the Army recruiting station. I felt a calling. I knew.
The day after?
The day after. The day after, yes, sir.
And you never thought about it before?
No, the Army wasn't in the books for me, I had to say. Nothing, you know, I love the Army, and I love my time in it, but it just wasn't something I intended to do. But me and my little brother, Kurt Wimberly, who's a
police officer
police officer, city cop, and Justin Springer, and another buddy of mine, Jeremy Griffin. We all joined together. So 4 of us in combat MOSs, 19 kilo. I was a gunner on the tank. The Abrams, that's a bad boy, in case y'all didn't know. It is.
Thanks for telling us.
And the other one, Jeremy, he ended up being a parachute rigger. So.
Okay.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it. I loved it. Yes.
Now, why or how did you come up to the decision of wanting to be Limestone County Sheriff?
Well, I would have loved, and I tried to wholeheartedly to get behind another candidate. Over and over and over. I'm talking about until the last day of qualifying to get behind.
There ain't but 2 other ones.
Right. Well, there was a few more.
Well, there was about 6 of y'all running one time. One of them's running now for Lauderdale County Sheriff.
Right.
What did you think of the candidates?
You know, I don't.
We're talking about Eric Smith, and we're talking about Brad Pullum.
Right. Now, those are the other 2 running, yes, sir. And you know, in the executive committee, which I'm a member, we all got together, and they said their speeches on why they were running, and then they didn't say anything that affected me personally, that addressed my concerns as just a normal citizen.
To be able to back either one of them.
No, and I couldn't, you know, in good conscience, you know, actually support them. So because I couldn't, there's a saying out there that sometimes the person, you're looking for someone to stand up. You're looking for someone, you know, you can back, someone to take a stand. And sometimes that person's you, and that's the position I took. I decided that's what I would do, and win, lose, or draw. I've been told 100 times, you know, Blakely's impossible to beat. And even the other candidates, he's impossible to beat. You're going to have, you know, you're going to have to win the lottery to beat him, you know. And it's,
well, they're
it's
not
David
anymore
versus Goliath in that sense, and I don't mind being David, so.
All right, and we were talking the other day about Sheriff Blakely. Blakely's a dear friend of mine, Greg, Tom, everybody. We've all known him. It's like you told me, you said everybody has got a Sheriff Blakely story.
Absolutely.
But you told me something not many people are willing to admit. Mike Blakely is a celebrity.
He is absolutely a celebrity. It doesn't matter who you speak with. We can speak with anyone in this room, and I guarantee you they're going to tell you somehow where they know someone else, how they're connected with him, through a cousin, through a brother, something that ties them to Blakely closely. It's like name dropping. If you go and name drop Blakely, they're going to go and tie the strings together on how they're actually, you know, together, somehow connected.
And I ran a quick survey, no offense, don't take this wrong way, with the people in this room this morning. Only one person had ever even seen a sign of yours. They didn't even know another guy was running for sheriff against Eric Smith or Brad Pullum. And I don't even know if many people know Brad Pullum's running.
So
I think it's
really
because Eric came out so early.
I do.
Yeah.
He actually started with his signs the
in like
day
the fall.
Before June 3rd, which is a violation to solicit anyways, but we won't go into that. But no, the issue is that I honestly didn't believe they would let me run. I didn't think they would allow me to do it. So why waste the money and the time and the effort beforehand if they were going to block me? They did try to block me. Several people came and said, don't let this guy run. Don't let Eric run.
What's wrong with you?
So I don't know. I've been trying to find out. My wife could probably tell you, but I don't know.
Now, you also said the sheriff's department is much, much more. This is in our conversation the other night.
Yes, sir.
It's much, much more than just going out and arresting people.
Oh,
yes.
gosh,
Well,
yes.
what people don't understand is the sheriff's role as sheriff. A lot of people think it's the top cop. I mean, he's the he's just the top king of all cops, and that's all he does, run around doing busts. But it's not. Those are opportunities to get his picture in the paper.
He does a very good job at that.
And he does. He is an excellent politician. He's an excellent politician. And then that's not saying much. I don't have much for politicians. They tell you what you want to hear. And
well, let me ask you, if he's so good at what he does, and you're even admitting that.
He's a good politician.
Now, why would you want to get him out of office? And that's my question to the other two guys, too.
And I watched a couple of things. And my question, or the answer is this. 32 years creates bias. It creates, what's it called?
Well, let me put it.
Go ahead.
A lot of people, and you're running as a Republican, and so are the other two guys. I'm going to bet you over half of the Republican people that are running right now for other places too, and have the Republican Party, they're going to support Mike Blakey for sheriff.
Yes, they are. And do you know why?
That's why I'm asking you.
No,
it's a celebrity thing.
Okay.
It's kind of like, if you go and call someone, and this is even, I put this out and I wanted people to know, someone came in, at the chili competition, they came over to me and they said, Eric, so-and-so said I should vote for you. I said, really? And they told me the person's name, and I don't know them personally. I don't know why they would support me, or why not. But they said to vote for me. I said, that's great. And I got to thinking about it later on, and I don't want someone to vote for me because their neighbor said to, or because their friend somehow
Why do you want them to vote for you?
And I do. No, I want all their votes, but I want them to.
Why should people vote for Eric Red as a Republican candidate?
And
run
what would
against
you
Mike
do
Blakey?
differently? What do you think that needs to be either be changed, corrected, and do differently?
One, I'm a strict constitutionalist, and I think I'm more strict constitutionally than any other candidates running or Blakely himself. In fact, Blakely went and fought against a law that I was adamant against.
So y'all agree on a lot of things?
Oh, no, me and Blakely don't. He went down and tried to stop the gun laws being passed. Now, and we have Remington, for instance, that just came to Huntsville. How many jobs is that bringing?
2,000 and something.
That's a lot of jobs. Now, had that not been those bills passed in Montgomery, we wouldn't have gotten that Remington job.
Well, I don't know. Now, Mike's version of that gun bill is he didn't want to have to go where people can walk in Burger King or McDonald's carrying a pistol.
That's a good question.
That was Mike's deal.
Yeah, and you know what? We were an open carry state beforehand, and his argument, I heard it, the whole Wild West, idea going on. People be out in the streets doing showdowns. Now, I personally have not seen a showdown yet. I've not seen any drug dealers out there.
You carry a gun everywhere you go?
Yes, sir, I do.
You got one on you now?
No, actually. I disarmed coming in here. I thought I was amongst friends, so.
You are.
I did. I disarmed, but I do carry it wherever I go, and I have a permit, so.
Bottom line, before I wrap this up here in just a second.
Yes, sir.
Why should people vote for Eric Red?
Let people know this morning what you want them to know about you, and why should they vote for you?
I will say this. I think politicians cater to people. And they do. They stay in the middle of an issue, and they don't want to make this person mad and this person mad, and I've struggled with that because I get caught in that little zone. And bottom line is, I'm going to make people mad, But what they're going to hear is the truth. And the truth might make you angry, but it'll set you free at the same time. So the way I feel about it is, at least they're going to be getting someone honest. Before even the sheriff race came up, before it was even an idea to run for sheriff, I was on the courthouse steps with the Constitutional Rally, and I was not meant to speak, but I ended up being on the front page of the paper over that issue just alone.
You're not a Tea Partier, are you?
Yeah, absolutely I am a Tea Partier, so yes.
What is your assessment of Mike Blakely?
I think he is a career politician. And
you know he's going to be hard to beat.
So the biggest...
He is, absolutely. And
can David beat Goliath in something like this?
You know what?
Or is it 4 years down the road, Beck?
Well, that's a good question.
And we talked about that too, getting your name out now to possibly do it again later, since a lot of people haven't had an opportunity to talk to you.
Can David beat Goliath? I think David can beat Goliath. I think the more people that wake up to an idea that he is beatable, that if people see, all they got to do is go out there and vote. Go look at the people. Go look at our track records. Go look at who stands by what.
Very few people in this county are going to say something bad about Mike Blakely.
No, and they're not.
He's a legend.
All right, I'm going to say this.
He's a legend.
He is a legend, absolutely. And this might not go over well, but this is the truth. People that support Blakely and people that don't support Blakely. Both. People that are going to vote for him and people that are not. The consensus that I've gotten, because I have been vocal about how I feel about certain issues concerning Blakely, I've gotten a warning from everyone.
Warning?
A warning?
Absolutely, a warning.
Like what?
Be careful what you say. Eric, really, sir, be careful what you say. Blakely's a very dangerous man. And then I asked myself, if that's the consensus between the people that support Blakely and the people that don't, I'm more concerned about the people that are supporting Blakely. How can you adamantly support someone that a gentleman speaking out against him has to have fear for his life or his family?
Now, see, that's a shocker to me, because I've never... the Mike Blakely, I know.
Yes.
But now...
Have you gotten any threats or anything?
No, I haven't. Just other than warnings. Be very careful.
All right, if you're not the nominee, and it's the other Eric or Brad and Blakely, would you vote Republican or you vote Blakely?
I would vote Republican. Yes, sir.
From hell or high water, you vote Republican.
Well, no, and that's not how it works. I vote on the candidate. I don't, it all comes down to.
You think either one of you think any three of you guys are better than Mike?
I do. I think Eric Smith makes his resume is excellent as a police officer. If you want to know the truth, I don't know if necessarily a great police officer resume constitutes the sheriff's duties that enroll.
It's a big administrative job, like you said.
Job.
What, $8 or $9
project
million?
management.
$8 or $9 million
It's not just
budget?
arresting people.
No. Yeah, that's exactly
job.
right. It's a lot of money, and it's exactly what it is. It's the CEO, project management, and that's what I do for a living.
Have you met Mike Blakely?
I have met Mike Blakely. Yes,
What's
sir.
your opinion of him?
I think he's a politician. I do. I absolutely think he's a politician. I think he says what needs to be said, and he definitely knows how to make you feel like he's on your side, but he's not. He's not on my side.
Well, no, you're in against him. Hey, David, David versus Goliath. Keep us informed what's happening, Eric. Thank you for coming up, making your first appearance up on the program, and good luck.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. We'll take a break, come back with Greg and Tom in just a second. Y'all hang on.